Another day, another story. TSMC's unforeseen global chipmaking dominance, an in-depth analysis. Welcome back to Primetime 24/7, the show where we discuss the latest trends and developments in the world of technology. I'm your host, and today we're going to talk about TSMC, the world's largest contract chipmaker, and how it is becoming a more global and diversified company. TSMC, or Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, is the company that makes chips for many of the devices that we use every day, such as smartphones, computers, tablets, and gaming consoles. TSMC is a foundry, which means that it does not design its own chips, but rather manufactures them for other companies, such as Apple, Qualcomm, Nvidia, and AMD. TSMC is known for its technological leadership and innovation in the semiconductor industry. It is the first company to mass-produce chips using advanced processes, such as 7nm and 5nm technologies. These processes allow TSMC to make chips that are faster, smaller, and more energy efficient than its competitors. However, TSMC is not only a leader in technology, but also in strategy. In recent years, TSMC has embarked on an unexpected journey of global expansion, building new manufacturing facilities in different countries and regions. This was not part of the original plan. TSMC used to have almost all of its production capacity within a 300-mile radius in Taiwan. This allowed it to have a close collaboration between its research and development teams and its factory operations. Having all its manufacturing close to home also helped TSMC to avoid political and trade tensions that could disrupt its supply chain. But then, things changed. The demand for semiconductors skyrocketed, driven by the growth of new applications such as artificial intelligence, cloud computing, 5G, and the Internet of Things. At the same time, the supply of semiconductors became constrained by various factors, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, natural disasters, trade wars, and cyber attacks. These factors created a global chip shortage that affected many industries and sectors, especially the automotive industry. To cope with these challenges and opportunities, TSMC decided to expand its global footprint and diversify its manufacturing base. It started with a new facility in Arizona, USA, which was announced in May 2020. This facility will have 2 plants at the site, taking total investment in the southwestern state to $40 billion. This facility will not only help TSMC to meet the demand from its US customers, such as Apple and Qualcomm, but also to strengthen its ties with the US government and regulators. Then, TSMC ventured into Japan with a joint venture with Sony Group Corporation, which was unveiled in 2021. Sony Semiconductor Solutions Corporation will take a 20% stake in a factory being built in Kumamoto. This factory will mainly produce image sensors for Sony's cameras and smartphones. This partnership shows TSMC's willingness to share ownership and resources with its customers and to tap into Japan's technological expertise and talent pool. Most recently, TSMC announced a new facility near Dresden, Germany, which was revealed on Tuesday. TSMC will invest up to €3.5 billion, $3.8 billion, for a 70% share of newly formed European semiconductor manufacturing company Bosch, Infineon, and NXP will each take 10%, and total capex is expected to be around $11 billion. This facility will mainly produce chips for the automotive industry, which has been severely hit by the chip shortage. This partnership shows TSMC's commitment to serve the European market and to cooperate with the German and EU governments. Also, TSMC is in talks with Foxconn and Japan's TMH Group for technology and joint venture partnerships to start semiconductor fabrication units in India. These are just some of the examples of TSMC's global expansion strategy, which has transformed it from a regionally concentrated giant to a globally diversified powerhouse. TSMC now has factories in 5 countries spread over 3 continents, rivaling the sprawl of rivals Intel and Samsung. But what are the benefits and challenges of this strategy? And what are the implications for the semiconductor industry and the global economy? The benefits and challenges of TSMC's global expansion strategy. TSMC's global expansion strategy has many benefits, both for the company and for its customers, partners, and stakeholders. Some of the benefits are: 1. Increased capacity and flexibility. By building new facilities in different countries and regions, TSMC can increase its production capacity and meet the growing demand for semiconductors. It can also diversify its product portfolio and offer more customized solutions for different markets and applications. For example, TSMC can produce more advanced chips for the US market, more image sensors for the Japanese market, and more automotive chips for the European market. 2. Reduced risks and costs. By spreading its operations across the globe, TSMC can reduce its exposure to various risks and costs that could affect its supply chain. These include natural disasters, political instability, trade disputes, cyber attacks, and environmental regulations. For example, TSMC can avoid the impact of earthquakes or typhoons in Taiwan by having backup facilities in other countries. It can also avoid the tariffs or sanctions imposed by the US or China by having local production in both markets. 3. Enhanced relationships and reputation. By expanding its global footprint, TSMC can enhance its relationships and reputation with its customers, partners, and stakeholders. It can demonstrate its commitment to serve the local markets and to cooperate with the local governments and regulators. It can also showcase its technological leadership and innovation to the global audience. For example, TSMC can strengthen its ties with Apple and Qualcomm by having a facility in Arizona. It can also improve its image and credibility in Europe by having a facility in Germany. However, TSMC's global expansion strategy also poses some challenges that it needs to overcome. Some of the challenges are: 1. Maintaining competitive advantage. By building new facilities in different countries and regions, TSMC may face difficulties in maintaining its competitive advantage over its rivals. It may lose some of the efficiencies and synergies that it enjoyed when its manufacturing was concentrated near its headquarters. It may also face more competition from local or regional players that may have lower costs or better access to resources. For example, TSMC may face challenges in transferring its technology and know-how to its overseas facilities. It may also face competition from Intel or Samsung, which have their own facilities in the US or Europe. 2. Managing complex operations. By spreading its operations across the globe, TSMC may face difficulties in managing its complex operations. It may have to deal with different regulatory frameworks, cultural norms, labor markets, and customer preferences in each country or region. It may also have to balance the interests and expectations of various stakeholders, such as customers, partners, employees, governments, and communities. For example, TSMC may face delays or obstacles in obtaining permits or approvals for its facilities in Arizona or Germany. It may also have to comply with stringent worker safety or environmental standards in these countries. 3. Securing talent and resources. By expanding its global footprint, TSMC may face difficulties in securing talent and resources for its new facilities. It may have to compete with other companies or industries for skilled workers, engineers, managers, or vendors. It may also have to invest more in training, development, or retention programs for its overseas staff. For example, TSMC may face a shortage of qualified workers or suppliers for its facility in Arizona. It may also have to offer higher wages or benefits to attract or retain talent. These are some of the benefits and challenges of TSMC's global expansion strategy. As you can see, TSMC has to navigate a complex and dynamic environment as it becomes a more global chip maker. How will it cope with these challenges? And what will be the implications for the semiconductor industry and the global economy? Stay tuned. The implications of TSMC's global expansion strategy. TSMC's global expansion strategy has profound implications for the semiconductor industry and the global economy. It reflects the changing dynamics and challenges of the chip-making business, as well as the opportunities and risks of globalization. Some of the implications are: 1. Increased innovation and competition. By expanding its global footprint, TSMC can foster a more innovative and competitive environment for the semiconductor industry. It can leverage its technological leadership and partnerships to create new products and solutions for different markets and applications. It can also challenge its rivals to improve their performance and efficiency. For example, TSMC can spur more innovation and competition in the fields of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, 5G, and the Internet of Things, which are expected to drive the future growth of the semiconductor industry. 2. Enhanced collaboration and cooperation. By expanding its global footprint, TSMC can enhance its collaboration and cooperation with its customers, partners, and stakeholders. It can create a more integrated and diversified ecosystem that supports the development and delivery of semiconductors. It can also contribute to the social and economic development of the countries and regions where it operates. For example, TSMC can create more jobs, investments, and revenues for its host countries. It can also support the local industries, communities, and causes that align with its values and vision. 3. Reduced dependence and vulnerability. By expanding its global footprint, TSMC can reduce its dependence and vulnerability on any single country or region for its supply chain. It can mitigate the impact of various uncertainties and disruptions that could affect its operations or markets. It can also diversify its sources of inputs and outputs, as well as its customer base. For example, TSMC can reduce its reliance on Taiwan for its production capacity, which could be threatened by natural disasters or political tensions. 3. It can also reduce its exposure to the US-China trade war, which could affect its access to key markets or technologies. These are some of the implications of TSMC's global expansion strategy. As you can see, TSMC's evolution from a regionally concentrated giant to a globally diversified powerhouse has significant consequences for the semiconductor industry and the global economy. It also poses new questions and challenges for TSMC's future direction and strategy. How will TSMC balance its global operations while maintaining its competitive advantage? How will TSMC manage its complex operations while satisfying its diverse stakeholders? How will TSMC secure its talent and resources while expanding its footprint? These are some of the questions that TSMC will have to answer as it becomes a more global chipmaker. In conclusion, TSMC's transformation from a local giant to a global powerhouse is awe-inspiring. Its adaptability, strategic partnerships, and innovation set a benchmark for industries worldwide. As TSMC navigates the ever-changing global landscape, its legacy as an innovation-driven economic powerhouse remains unshakable. Its journey redefines the semiconductor industry and paves the way for a future of limitless possibilities. That wraps up our in-depth analysis of TSMC's global chipmaking dominance. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe for more tech-focused content. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world of technology. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching.